And this is how it welcomes you. Let's start. I'm at this beautiful North Park north of Pittsburgh today to review this Honda Pilot TrailSport. And look at the color. That's extra chiching, but totally worth it. We really like this bold look of this vehicle. The front fascia is really awesome. Nice daytime running lights, LED headlights, and integrated fog lamps. And underneath there's real skid plates, which I'm going to show you later. The ground clearance is quite good. It's more than the regular Passport. Now, we are not that kind of people who goes to rock crawling and stuff, and this is not a Jeep or a Land Rover or a 4Runner, so there's the limitation of this vehicle. But we are the people who go on trail roads every now and then, and this is just perfect for it. Enough space, 7-seater, and with the convenience or comfort of knowing that there's a real skid plate underneath, that really, helps us. That's really comforting to know that the vehicle will be safe underneath for protection. Now, this vehicle is actually quite big. I'll show you in another reference where it is bigger than my Highlander. Not as big as Chevy Tahoe, but it's still big. We found it a growing baby for the first 2 weeks after we bought that. It felt bigger than the day we first test drove it. I actually first wanted to get this in 2023, but the dealership did not counter offer, so it did not happen. Finally, here we are. With this vehicle, a lot of things come standard. That's exactly what I love about this packaging of this Honda Pilot TrailSport. Some of the key things that I like are folded mirrors, remote start, heated steering wheel, all-trail tires. In the back, you have full spare trail hitch, backup camera with washer, front camera with washer as well. And this is the sensor, although I have some issues with this, which I'm gonna share with you in the video later on. And front sensors as well. Let's go for a drive now. Oh, I'm so tempted to drive through this to go to that shelter, but my vehicle was just cleaned 2 days ago, so not today. Another time for sure when we're gonna do an adventure video with this vehicle. While I was filming this video, the vehicle had only less than 3,500 miles on it. Haven't done the first oil change yet. The winter was brutal this time, but we did drive on snow and ice, both in highway and in the city, and it handled very well. I was interested in this Honda TrailSport since I knew about it, and as I mentioned before, I wanted to buy it in 2023. During that time, I was also eagerly waiting for the 6th Gen Toyota 4Runner, but it was basically 3 years late to come out. We also sat inside the brand new Highlander last year, but we didn't find that as open as I expected it to be. Among all the other Trail Edition vehicles, we found this TrailSport the most balanced pricing and packaging wise. Also, Toyota has been going through weird pricing and inventory issues. So this is how we ended up picking our Honda TrailSport. I quickly wanted to compare this Honda Pilot with my existing Toyota Highlander and the new Highlander. Look at this. I found this Edmunds.com site very helpful for this. Here's the pricing, which you can check out yourself. Here's the rating and stuff. And now here's the drivetrain. I mean the engine power here. So you can see that the TrailSport is powerful here. It's V6, but the new Highlander is V4. What else? The mileage is a bit less here because it's a TrailSport and the new Highlander is leading in that category. Other than that, I wanted to show you, look at the length compared to my old one and this new Highlander. Wheelbase is also long. It's 7-seater. Cargo is very good actually, and tons of other information. So there you go. And now I'm going to show you the other comparison video that I took for you guys. So today's video is mainly about this brand new 2025 Honda Pilot TrailSport, but I'm still using my old 2015 Toyota Highlander for comparison. I know it's a 10-year-old vehicle, but that's all I have now, and that's what I'm gonna compare with. There are some basic things that didn't change. So I kept both of those side by side, and you decide which one looks little boxy or bigger than the other one. Let's look at the side. So here, almost parallel, and here looks like the Honda Pilot is a little bit longer than the Highlander. Now let me show you some interesting differences which I still enjoy no matter how old this vehicle is. This Highlander has this button which makes it very convenient to do some quick errand things that you can keep there, but this Pilot doesn't have anything like that. And you know, if you need to open, you have to open the whole gate. Now let's do a speed comparison of the lift gate. Let's see which one opened fast. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Pilot is definitely the winner. Cool. Now let's close it. Pilot is again the winner. There you go. I opened the hood for both of the vehicles just to show you some interesting thing. Both of them are 3.5 liter, but look at this. It's got one latch, one lever, but here you have two latches here, one lever. I've never seen anything like this. This is my first, but I think it's a good idea and keeps the vehicle hood more solid. Look how this engine bay or the engine is set up here. Look at this unit, spark plug, 3 here, and very complicatedly the remaining 3 are in the back. The easy accessible air filter here, battery here, and the brake fluid reservoir. And here, look at this, the brake unit here, but this is the top of the engine. And actually I don't even know where the air filter is here, but here's the battery. I think this is the air filter unit, or under this. At this moment I don't even know where the spark plugs are. Somewhere here though. Hopefully it will be more easily accessible than the Toyota when it comes to self-servicing. Bright orange oil dipstick, and both of the vehicles are using 0W20 full synthetic. The wheel is 245/60/18, and here it is 265/60/18. So basically both are 18-inch wheels, but I really like these Continental trail tires. These are really good. I've already tested on and off pavement. So far, very good result. Also very good on snow and ice. So are these BF Goodrich. They're pretty good too. One thing I wanted to point out is that this is a TrailSport and it came with this TrailSport floor mat. However, they should have put more attention to it. Look at the gap. You know, if you're with a muddy boot and stuff, these are gonna get dirty easily. This is why I got the WeatherTech floor liner for my Highlander, and so far no dirt touches the carpet here, but here I have to do the same later on. Let's look at the interior of this vehicle. Let's start from the back. Here, this is the third row seat. Just to show you, I pulled it up. There it goes down. And I like this storage space. Very handy. And the other cool thing is it even came with a first aid kit. Pretty cool. There's power outlet here. Tons of cup holders and USB-C ports. USB-C port here as well. I put this aftermarket stuff just to protect the carpet kind of material underneath. Let's look at those seats pretty quick. These orange stitching. The thing that I like about is the button in the back, which I press and it goes, you know, just like that. It's very convenient. Here's the button, and you can also use this button. It acts the same. One thing I wanted to point out, this is captain seat, so this center space is totally open, so be careful. If you keep your snow skis and other long stuff, be careful. You either want to tie it up or put it on the side, because God forbid if you break, and it's gonna fly straight through. And talking about that, there's another point which I'm gonna mention later on. Let's look at the interior. This is what I like. It's simple, yet very good craftsmanship, very good quality. It's everything touch system here, wireless charger, dual AC, of course. You can also control the AC in the back. Look at that, that's pretty cool. And the long moon roof, it keeps going and going, man. The other thing I like here, they even have 2 LED lights in this storage space, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna talk about the screen here later. Let's start the vehicle. Boom. You got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay here. So these are the garage buttons. It's pretty easy to set up with the garage door. And here's the thing. Look. See, I told you it keeps going on and on and on and on. It's pretty long. And here it opens. It's got pretty good options here. You know, navigation, all-wheel drive distribution, which is pretty cool. I get to see that. Tire pressure, which is really awesome and important. You know, and that's all about it. Tons of warnings, fuel range and stuff. I like to keep it there. We're gonna talk about the mileage later on. One cool thing about this vehicle is both the driver and the passenger sides seats are power. They're not stingy about that. It's very nice of them. I am happy with where the handrest is. I can also rest it here. It's got a little more cushiony stuff, so it's more comfortable sometimes. There you go. I felt like the power system allows more room options or angles to set the driver's seat. Oh, and one cool thing, we got memory seats. So my wife and I, we are already set with our positions with our keys. Luckily, they're almost the same, so we're good. Let's take this for a drive again, and I'm gonna review while I'm driving. I want to quickly show you the multi-view camera here. Here it's looking at the front, and here it's showing on both sides, and here's showing the 360 view. I am so spoiled with this that I cannot live without it now. Let me show you. If I put it in the reverse, this orange thing moves and stuff, but you know, I don't feel comfortable with that. I am yet to master that. In my Highlander, it doesn't move, it's static, so this is different. Let's put it on drive. So this thing stays active up to 20 miles per hour if I'm not mistaken. So look at that. How cool is that? It's very helpful. All right, let's get out of this trail. Now, one thing I gotta tell you, this was my first experience, okay? I was used to, or I am used to driving 6-speed transmission, and the maximum I have driven is 8-speed, but man, this is 10-speed transmission, and I'm still getting used to it. Actually, first 2 weeks were the toughest or most interesting, because the way it kept shifting gear is something that I was really not used to. Let me tell you this, currently I'm running this in the normal mode, but if you keep it in the eco mode, you're gonna feel lots of vibration, shuddering kind of, vehicle moving weird. Actually, it's just, I think, constantly keeping the vehicle in the higher gear for fuel efficiency. So I didn't like it. And there was, first week, there was a weird thud noise coming from the front in the hood. But then I realized when I put it in normal mode, it's better. And when I put it in sports mode, everything is fine-tuned, excellent. But for fuel saving, I run it in the normal mode. I've actually used eco mode a lot on the highway. It acts just fine, but inside the city, I don't feel great driving with the eco mode. I really like how I can see most of the front hood here. It gives you a sense or feeling that you're driving a big vehicle, which it is. But first time when I was driving this vehicle, I really felt like I was driving a truck. And the blue color, man, this shines. Rain, snow, sun, whatever it is, it looks really cool. And the front windshield is really nicely designed. I mean, my view is never obstructed. The view is very awesome in this vehicle. Forgot to show you this. It has paddle shifters actually. Look there too. And in order for you to drive it in sports mode, here currently it's in drive by default. I need to put it in S. So I'm gonna show you in the dashboard that when I press it, it's gonna change. So there it is. It's in D. Now it's in S. So I can, you see, now it's second gear. It's gear 1 now. So that's how you do it. And if you really wonder, I'm in the stop position now, so it goes to neutral. And if you are driving and want to put the vehicle in neutral for some reason, you need to press and hold this neutral button for a second, I think, then it's going to be in neutral. And I've used this sometimes, brake hold, it's pretty handy. This is automatic. I wish there was an orange line here. The new Pilot, the new Passport has orange thing here. Maybe I'll tell my wife to put some nail polish here to make it match this orange here. That will look pretty cool. And I also miss the new Passport has a ruggedy terrain kind of touch and feel here, which is cool. Oh, wanted to mention that this is pretty glossy, shiny, but I'm glad they didn't do everything that kind, because that will scratch up. This one is really like slip resistant material, so I put my phone there for wireless charging. It's pretty handy, and you can also turn that feature off if you want to. One thing I do want to point out, the phone gets a little heated after you charge it, but not a big deal. And there's more USB option here and the power port here. Also wanted to point out that when I use my remote start, it's so cool. The heated seat comes up depending on the temperature outside, and also the heated steering gets activated. That is super amazing. I'm gonna remote start this vehicle now. I don't know if there's any setting missing or not, but I don't like that it doesn't beep when I remote start, because if I start it from inside the house, there's no way for me to tell if it started or not. And it lights up nicely when I'm close to the vehicle. So now I'm gonna test it in nighttime, but I'm gonna test it in sports mode. Let's change it to sports. All right, hang in there. Man, I love this old V6 exhaust sound. It accelerates so nicely, smoothly. Very nice power distribution. And I enjoy this automatic high beam going on and off. As soon as it detects any light in front of it, it just turns off. Here's the exhaust. Beautiful. It used to be so cool putting my hand here while I'm driving, cruising, whatever. I'm gonna totally miss it now because Honda has nothing to hold, keep my hand on to. Nothing to hold. What is this? So boring. And how am I gonna play this CD? There's nowhere to put the CD in. Alright, jokes aside. Okay, time for some criticisms. There is absolutely nothing in this whole vehicle that I hate. Hating is totally out of the question. There's not even anything that I really dislike. However, some points are there. For example, what is this? This little tiny. Oh my gosh, this is where government needs to step in, and I'll support the government. If they make a law like, hey, if the vehicle is this certain size, your screen has to be certain size. I'm just joking. But seriously, this big of a vehicle, this much money, this little of a screen, no. I mean, we're all just psychologically influenced nowadays because screens are getting bigger for different vehicles. Have you ever looked at the interior of the Hyundai Santa Fe? I mean, you know, take example of that. However, the new Passport I've seen, screen is this big. Passport, I mean, TrailSport written here, that really looked cool. Regardless, I'm not that much worried about that screen, but it would have been really nice to have a bigger screen. Now, in this point, I learned this from other YouTubers, and their point is so awesome. That is, if you spill something here, it's not a good thing. It's not a good news. I've seen some mechanics complaining that someone's reverse button was stuck because there were debris inside and it was throwing all sorts of codes. So yeah, there should have been some attention needed in designing this part. This button is for engine auto shutdown and stuff. You know, the engine turns off when you're in traffic and stuff. That is something that's annoying to me. So I tend to turn it off as soon as I start the car in the morning or whenever. the departure angle and the height here is pretty cool, but man, I wish this was little bit more spacious here, or at least the option was there for it to extend the protection all the way up here. That would have been great. The other day I was coming downhill and it gave me a warning because of these sensors close to the ground, and it was not even a steep hill. So in the Pilot, if I want to adjust the rear temperature from the driver's seat, I have to click the rear setting here and then I can adjust. You know, it's not like the Highlander, that's the difference. It could have been one simple step. There's tons of space here all the way for you to sleep straight, but because of this gap for the captain seat, it could be a little inconvenient. However, if you put your head in the back, it should be all good. Does your TrailSport come with a cover for this? Mine didn't. What's your favorite feature internally, or favorite thing internally in this vehicle?
Seats space. I like how clean and crisp everything looks inside.
Nice, nice. And externally,
love the blue color. Again, the crisp look outside. Nothing too fancy, not too many things. The design's very simple. Love that it's a TrailSport.
all right, cool. Okay, another big question. So can I say that we just added another new vehicle to our channel for adventure?
Of course, that was the whole idea.
All right, we got a yes. She said yes. We absolutely love this TrailSport and its driving experience. It's still smelling like brand new. We actually took it to the trail the very next day after taking the delivery of it. The IVTM, or the four-wheel system in this vehicle, is very good. However, I'm yet to take it to any hardcore adventure, but we definitely plan to do so. I just hope this will be more reliable than my current Highlander or any other similar vehicle. Thanks for watching this video and stay tuned for any next episode. Check this guy Justin Fuller for any detailed nitty-gritty knowledge and tips for any Honda products. I recently ran into his YouTube episodes and his episodes are really cool and awesome. And there are no other shortage of other experts for review, but his one is really unique and different.